It says, spell the word shop out loud.
S-H-O-P.
Very good. Then it says what? What do you do when you come to a green light?
Go.
Oh, what were you thinking? Because I saw the head. That was good. That was very good. That says, how many of each animal did Moses take into the ark?
2.
Really? You sure?
Each, right? A female and a male?
You think?
That's what I'm thinking.
See, Moses into the ark? I thought it was Noah.
Oh, shoot. That's right. You're right. Yeah.
That's good. And then what's the next one? How do you spell the word silk?
S-I-L-K.
Very good. And what do cows drink?
Water.
That's my guess.
Good, very good. You know what most people, very good. You know what most people say? Milk. Because it rhymes silk, milk, that's not right. One more then, here we go. What's the name of the raised print that deaf people use?
Braille?
You agree? How about you? What's the name of the print? Braille, yeah? Yeah, really? A deaf person doesn't have to feel with his hands to read something. He's deaf.
Oh, dang.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, that
All right,
is.
so now we got the last one. This is a good one. It says, take the good person test. You ready? So would you consider yourself to being a good person?
No.
Yes?
No.
Okay, yeah. How about you? Yeah, all right, here we go. We're going to use God's 10 Commandments as a standard, so it's not my opinion or point of view. The 9th commandment says you're not to tell a lie. Have you ever told a lie?
Hell yes.
Hell yeah. How about you? Yeah, yeah. And what do they call people who tell lies? What are they called?
Liars.
Liars, right? Am I right? So if you tell a lie, what would you be called?
Liar.
Liar. 8th commandment says not to steal. Don't take anything that doesn't belong to you regardless of its value. Have you ever done that? Have you ever taken anything that hasn't belonged to you? Yes, yes. And what do they call people who do that?
Thieves.
Thieves. Very good, right? You'd be called a what?
A thief.
Thief, all right. 3rd commandment says not to commit blasphemy. You take a holy God name, you use like a 4-letter filth word. You know, drag his name through the mud, J-C-G-D, and then you're swearing. You ever done that? Yeah, huh?
Like naming all the person.
Yes.
Oh, you're doing the question. He's doing the question.
One more, hold on, one more and we're done with that. The 7th commandment says you're not to commit adultery. But before you answer, Jesus said if you just look at another person and you lust after them, you've already committed adultery with them in your heart. Have you ever looked at another person with lust?
All day.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
I've never been married.
I'll try that one more time. He said, Jesus said, you've heard it said of old, you shall not commit adultery. He says, but I say to you, if you just look at another person and lust after them, you've already committed adultery. You get it? It has nothing to do with being married. See, because in the Bible it talks about fornicators even, and those are people having sex outside of marriage. They're in big trouble, but Jesus raised the bar. He said, you just look with lust.
Like right
You're
now.
in trouble. Like you're doing right now. You got to be careful. All right. So watch this. In your own admission, you're a bunch of lying thieves, blasphemers, and you're adulterers at heart. Doesn't sound like a good person, does it?
It's okay.
What do you think?
Oh well.
Huh?
We
What?
were made that way. We were made that way.
All right, so that's so you say we're made, so it's not your fault. I love that. You always want to blame somebody else. So here we go. Some drunk jumps the curb, and he kills us right now. So now we're facing a holy God, because he made up the laws, not me. How do you think that God would find you? Would you be innocent or guilty based on that? You had 4, you admitted to breaking, there's 6 more to go. Innocent or guilty? What do you think?
Guilty.
He says guilty.
But he also doesn't judge you.
Guilty?
That's right.
Guilty, all right. And if you were guilty, then where would he have to send you? Heaven or hell?
Would that be his decision?
Well, he has a decision already made, hasn't he? If you're innocent, you're going one place. If you're guilty, you're going to another. I mean, there's no, not study. You got to be a rocket scientist.
But he also says he
Where would you go? Heaven or hell? Where would he send you?
He also doesn't judge you.
Depends if
Kind of
you
a
were
contradiction, right?
Huh? You're dead. It's right now. Right now, you're dead. That's it. You haven't got a chance because obviously you haven't repented. You're dead.
What about the other
Where
demons?
would God have to send you? Be honest.
What about the other
You
good
broke the
deeds?
law. Now watch. I was kind, wasn't I? I only asked if you ever told a lie, stole, or looked at lust. I didn't ask you how many times have you told a lie.
Right. Exactly.
So you think
That's
about
what
it.
I was gonna
I was
say,
being
too.
kind. You guys know how long you've done it, right? How many lies have you told? How many times you stole something? How many times you sworn? Compounding this. So now, where would a holy God have to send that person? Heaven or hell? Be honest.
I think he leaves it up to you to judge yourself because you are part of God yourself.
Wow.
Therefore, you can choose to come back.
So
come
you're
back
saying
again
you're
in
saying
reincarnation.
well, there's
and
no
try
such thing as
again.
we know there's no such thing as reincarnation.
I believe that
The Bible says
there
that man
is.
is born once and then comes the judgment. Okay? Not reincarnated, born once, then coming. We don't come back as somebody else. He's going to get it. You have to understand that. If you broke the law, here, make it simple. Speeding.
Right.
I mean, that's a light one. Say speeding. And if I was 23 miles over the speed limit, that police officer could arrest me, put me in jail. Yeah?
Right.
Okay, that's not just speeding. I would get 5-10 miles over, you get a ticket. They could actually put you in jail. Now, what do you think that judge would do to me? The fact that if I broke the law, I might have to go to jail.
Right.
Wouldn't I? Why? Because I broke the law. I'd have a penalty to pay.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
But, and you meaning the judge to be God, right?
I'm using an analogy. Watch.
Right.
I could possibly bribe that judge. He's a human being. He loves money. I can't bribe God. God's very clear about it. It's in the Bible. It's in 1 Corinthians 6:9.
Right, but God
He
is
said,
all
no
forgiving.
liar. He says, no liar, no thief, no fornicator, no adulterer is going to enter the kingdom of heaven. So don't tell me God's going to say, well, you're forgiven because you're a lying thief and you're a blasphemer. Come on in.
We're not going to tell you that. We're not going to try to change your mind at all. Like you're not trying to change our mind.
No, I'm
about
getting you
our
what the Bible
beliefs.
says.
And that's okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying
And
what the
that's
Bible
okay.
says.
And
Trying to
we're
help
just
people.
saying what we're saying is that we believe in all loving God and that He gives us a chance, just like a judge and the system here, like you're using as an example.
Right, right.
After you pay your due, you get to come back out and try again.
Right.
And so does our all-loving God.
Wait.
If we die and He says,
Wait,
"He
you
didn't
just,
pass," or
but you
if He
just said
says
it. You just said it.
If you
Go ahead.
feel that you didn't do well enough in your contract with me,
Right.
you are able to go down and try again to be better for me.
Really?
Yes. That's my all-loving God. And that's okay.
So think about it. So it's okay to rape somebody? How about if I
No.
murder somebody because you're this loving God's going to just say, hey, no big deal.
And it's-
I'll send you
and
back to
it's-
somebody else.
And it's also
Come
not,
on.
and it's not okay to belittle someone else. Therefore, you are.
What do you mean belittle?
littler.
Well, Jesus was
Because
clear
you
about
are-
that too.
By you trying to change my belief, you can share all that
That's
you
all.
want.
Because I haven't got
and
the
I'm
power
sharing
to
it
change
too.
your belief. All I can do is share. Right. All right.
Exactly. But I'm seeing that there's a whole lot more passion behind it because you want to teach me something.
You see that
I
in me.
didn't ask to be taught. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
But see,
That's all I'm
we're
saying.
but I'm saying is I'm concerned about people like you because
Right,
you don't
and I'm
realize that
concerned
you're.
for you guys
No,
too,
you
but
you didn't
I'm
share
not
anything
going
with me.
to- I'm not. I just did.
No, you just shared with me that you have a loving God and I don't.
Absolutely, and that you know what, and that you're allowed to believe what you like.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We have our own opinions.
Absolutely.
Okay, now watch.
And
but
your
if
belief is
I
okay,
knew.
and my belief is just fine for me. And when it no longer works, I will consult with God, and we will continue to do whatever it is to change.
So
what I
have
need
you
change.
read the Bible?
But
So
I
you-
haven't asked.
Wow, you won't let me say a word, will you?
Because, well, I'm just doing what you're doing to me. You
I'm
see?
quiet. You're the doing all the talking.
No, you were talking over me just a few seconds ago when
Okay.
you asked me a question.
Right, I asked you a question.
Yeah, and I
didn't
was
talk.
answering it, and you started talking on top of me, so now
Okay.
I'm doing it right
All
back
right.
to you.
So have you
Because-
read the Bible?
Yes, I have.
Did-